Alright folks, what's the story? What's the crack? And finally we are all enjoying the heist. The heists are out, yes, at long last, and everybody and every video you see on the internet has just been tons of heist gameplay and all the new cars and all the new vehicles. Well, actually there's a lot of new cool stuff in this update that they've added in kind of on the sly, didn't really tell anyone. And we're going to go through a load of them here. I think I have about 9 or 10 or 11 of them. Some you may not use ever, and some I guarantee you will use every single time you play Grand Theft Auto. So let's get right into them. I'm going to start with the fucking worst one out of the lot. Just up the very top there you can see it. There's a new way of texting people in the game now. You will probably never use this, but it's new, so and people probably have never seen it. It's just simply you can now text people through the iFind app on the internet. It's really nothing fancy or anything. It's just another way to send a message to another person in the game. Again, you're probably never ever going to use it. This is for the PS3 and Xbox 360 people. They have updated it to it's now to the standard of PS4, Xbox One, where you can walk if you want, you can move while sniping and all that kind of stuff. Personally, here's some of it here. Personally, I prefer standing perfectly still when you're sniping. Like the amount of times I've walked off a building high up on PS4 because I've just forgotten that I'm not stood still because I'm so used to it on the PS3. I prefer the old school pressing L2, scoping in and knowing that I'm not going to move. This has pissed off a few people, I know for a fact, myself included. The Nemesis Bike was one of the rarest, if not the rarest vehicle in GTA Online. It was so hard to find, and now it's just on the website for $12,000. So if you wanted to find out what all the fuss was about, there you go and get it. It's not going to cost you pretty much any money at all, but it's pissed off a lot of people because people like rare cars and they're cool to have because everyone likes having unique stuff, and that's been taken away. And speaking of stuff that's been taken away, the very first job and possibly the best job on the list for missions, a boat in the bay, which if you knew it, would get you anywhere between 22 and 26,000. It was a long mission. It took a while to do. It was a fun mission, you know. The amount of laughs we had on it doing that mission, and they've done a rooftop rumble on it. They've done a coveted on it. They've just taken it out of the list altogether. Lots of the normal missions are there. No, I couldn't find any other mission that was missing. Only a boat in the bay, which you know, we're making tons of money during the heists. So what's the difference in making 26,000? Doing a 15 20 minute mission for a boat in the bay? You know what I mean? So there's no, that's gone, just so you know. We don't know why, it just is. Hashtag fucking deal with it. Here's unfortunately here's another thing right in the middle of ammunition. A lot of people walk by this and just will not realize, look at these cool ass night vision. You will have to do it, the police or the humane heist to get your hands on them, but these little earpieces now, just another little touch they added into the game. A lot of people will come into ammunition and just stroll right past this thing in the middle. But this is where you get, look at those night vision goggles. They look fucking deadly. And hopefully they work the same way they do on the heist in free mode, that you can actually use them in free mode. That would be pretty cool during the night time. This is a handy screen on the mission. After you finish a mission, you will now get 6 options of all missions. Normally it was all mixed up into parachutes and races and all this bullshit that no one wanted to do. But you only get 1 refresh. Usually you got 2 refreshes. You only get 5 missions and 1 random choice. It's, in my opinion, it's better than nothing. It's better than the previous system because people just want to do missions. We don't want to do races. So this is a handy one. And here we go again, typical GTA. This is during the heists. And here it comes. Yoo-hoo, thank you Rockstar. Cheers for that. Now we're moving into the good stuff, the big stuff that maybe people don't know about, but they will use this a lot. And finally, look at this. Finally, we've been crying out for this. We don't know why we didn't have it in the first place. Maybe they thought it was overpowered. Finally, you can shoot RPGs and, more importantly, sniper rifles out of the side of the helicopter. This is fantastic. I mean, if you get if you have a friend of yours who's a good chopper pilot and you've got one on each side, one with a rocket and one with a sniper rifle, I mean, you guys can do some serious damage with this. It's fantastic. Whole new dimension to the game. You know what I mean? You gotta love Rockstar for bringing something like this in. Really good stuff. Really exciting prospects with this. And we're gonna end it with the best thing in this update that maybe people don't know about. The gang cars that you will find down by the impound and that kind of area, further on down the gang areas. They would normally be worth about 13 to 14,000. They were worth more than the baller. If you could fill your garage with them, you would get about 130,000 for them, for selling all 10. Well, now this is where it gets good. Rockstar have bumped up the prices of these gangster cars. They are yellow, purple and green, and they're all like classic peyotes and tornadoes and all these kind of classic cars. And you'll see it here now. Look at this. 36,000, and this is one of the cheaper ones. If you find a tornado, a convertible tornado, it will get you $43,000. I mean, that is the easiest money you will ever make in GTA. And if you can fill your garage with all of them, you now have $430,000 ready to go. So there you go, lads. Hope you enjoyed them. Some of them you won't use, some of them you will. Use the car one and use the helicopter because they look so much. They're just great. Enjoy it. Take it easy, lads. See you in the next one. Bye bye.